Okay, in step 2, we're going to learn how to add arms and legs and also the head. Remember, this is 2-dimensional, it's flat. We want to make our person 3-dimensional, so he's got a body. We're going to take some extra pieces of shorter wire, and they've got little hooks on the end of them, so you can find a place to kind of hook it in where you want it to start. And then you're going to start winding it around. Let's do the leg first. So again, you have to kind of use a little bit of your common sense to figure out how to bend this around. So again, you don't want it to be really flat. You want it maybe to be about as big around as your thumb. So when you're twisting this, you're using the center as a guide. I'm not really twisting around that as much as I am just twisting close to it. So you can see that this wire is like a big spring for the top of the leg. Now, when you get down farther, it's a little bit easier because what you can do is use a pencil or a pen or something and put that in. And then you can just wind it all around that pencil or pen. And you want to keep going down until you get kind of to the foot. You don't want to wrap the foot. So I'm going to bend the foot up a little bit. And then you could slide the pen out and there's one of your 2 legs. Now you've got some extra wire here, so you can just kind of follow up that first leg, and you're going to keep bending it around to add a little bit more wire to the leg. Make sure that you don't pinch it. You don't want it to be a flat leg. This is the whole point of the module we've been working on is form. So we know that form is 3-dimensional. So we want to have that feeling that it has a body. When you run out of wire there, it's also got another hook on the other end. So you can kind of just temporarily hook it in someplace. There's no magic formula for this. And sometimes they like to come undone. And if that happens, you can just bend it around. If you're sure you want it to stay, then you could pinch it together so that that hook stays in. So now he's got a pretty nice torso. He's got a leg, one leg, and his foot. I'm going to work on the foot here just a little bit. I don't really like how short it is, so I'm going to open it up a little bit. And this is the great thing. So with wire, you can bend it, twist it around to make it however you want. So to me, that's a pretty nice foot. I like that. I think it'll hold him up later too. I really like the way this one's working. So now I'm going to get another piece of wire. So I'm using another short piece of wire with hooks on the end. And what I could do is go ahead and just do the other leg, same way, hook it in and start bending it around. But I think what I'd like to do instead is show you the other arm. So the legs are the same. You can figure out the other one. So for this arm, I'm going to start my right arm over on the left shoulder. And I'm going to hook it in there. And then I'm going to kind of go behind the neck. And then I'm going to give him a bicep, same way. So I can twist it around my finger a little bit. Don't want it to be real thin right now because we want this person to look like he's got muscle mass. So I'm going to just kind of gently twist that around. I'm not squeezing onto the middle part until you get down to, about the elbow, wherever you think the elbow would be. That came unhooked. That's okay. I'm just going to leave it there for a minute. And then you can use your pencil or pen again. Put that in there. And then you're going to hold it and then wind it around just like you did before. Wind it until you get down to about where you want the wrist to be. And then I'm going to slide that pen out. And so now I've got his arm. The arm. And I've got a lot of extra wire here. So I'm going to continue going back up the arm. Being careful not to pinch it because I want this guy to be three-dimensional. Don't want him to be flat. He's not a pancake. He's a three-dimensional figure. Okay. And then when I get back up here to the chest, I can use this wire to add a little bit more depth to his chest. Spring that around. And then I'll go ahead and do the neck to show you. So we're not going to do too much with the neck. We don't want that to be too thick. So you can go around there a little bit, but then you're going to do the head the same way. So with this arm wire, you should have enough to do the head. And remember, it's not flat. You're going to twist it around. See how it's very circular? And then just kind of keep going until that piece is done. And you can use that for the head. So at this point, I've showed you how to do the leg, the arm, adding to the shoulder, and the head. And I think that you can do the other arm and the other leg on your own. In the next video, we'll talk about adding even more texture and mass to your sculpture, and also how you're going to be posing them.